What's going on, folks? Hello, everyone in chat. Hopefully I'm live. There it is. Let me figure out what I'm doing. Share screen. Entire screen. All right. So I made some progress on the knife design for the fixed blade, but I'll show you guys some of the things I did. How you doing, gentlemen of honor? Marco, Stacy, Mick, and Kathleen. I hope you are all doing well. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the one side of the scales and show you some of the stuff I did to finish it and how I created the opposite side. So I went and I found a more accurate cutout. This is a standard hole from the Hole Wizard, and I use a number 8 button head. Cap screw cutout from ANSI Inch. And number 8 is 5/32. So it's a 1/4 inch head and a 5/32 shaft. So I also went into the blade and changed the hole size to match. And that's because I found these. Let me share with you. I would close that. But I found some standard fasteners, the 6 bolts that have those sizes. And we'll model them up today. But first I'll show you. You have one done, and then all you need to do to create the other side is go to Insert Mirror Part. I'm not sure what I need to make active to do that. So maybe I won't be showing you. Maybe it won't let me because I already created a mirror part. I don't know. But let me pick this plane and try it. Insert mirror part. Yeah, so you pick the plane that you want to mirror about. So I want to mirror about this surface. Mirror the part. Then you select everything that you want in the mirror. And you could just do the solid bodies without any extra stuff. Hole Wizard data. I'm going to keep all. I don't know if I need all this. Actually, let's try unselecting everything except solid bodies. I think it'll keep the holes, but it doesn't keep the smartness of them. So I couldn't individually change them. And you want to not check break link. If you wanted, you could break link so that this is an individual part. But if you don't break the link, then any change I make to the left-hand side should modify the right-hand side also. And since these are symmetrical, that's what I want to do. So the template derived different units of measurement. Yeah. So this is the opposite side. If we go, see, this is the left side. And I'm not sure why I selected copy materials, but it didn't do it, and it didn't do it on the last one either. So I'm not sure why. See, it didn't copy the carbon fiber material. So I'm not sure if I'm applying it incorrectly or. But anyway, that's how I created the other side. I don't want to save that. I will open the assembly that has both in there. So there you have both scales. And before I model up the screws, I think I'm going to try something here. Let's edit this part. The left-hand scale, edit component. I'm going to try. I'd like to be able to just make a round tool. I'm going to try modifying this. But, I don't see what I need. So let's do a revolved cut. On this plane. Yeah, we're going to cancel that. I need to look into that. We'll do that next week. But I want to put some little cutouts in this. And I just want to pattern the same cutout the whole way around here, just for grip. But I need to look into how to make a sphere to do that, or a cone. And then just pattern that cone cutout the whole way around. So let's go and create the screws. Oh, I'm going to have to look them back up. And I got this. This is the site where I got these Golso bolts. So I'm going to create this 1/4 inch standard, and 1/4 inch is the head size, and it has a T20 Torx. These are the dimensions I want to build to. This will be off on my screen, so you won't see that, because I'm not sure how to keep the screen on top if I bring it over here. But insert component, new part, select the face or plane on which to position the new part. We'll position it on here. And the diameter of the head is 1/4 inch. So we'll make a 1/4 inch hole or circle. Okay, so I see the problem. I need to figure out how to change my defaults, but I have the unit set to millimeters, and I want to change it to inches. But I'm not sure how to do that. I'm not going to be able to open that part because I didn't save it yet. So we'll just start with metric, and we can add the dimensions after I convert it. On this plane, circle. There. We'll exit the sketch. We will extrude that. And so the head thickness is 0.1. Which I have no idea. So we'll add dimensions later. So there's the head of the bolt. Now let's create another sketch. On this plane. From the center. I don't know if that picked the center. Let's start over. That is not the center. What the heck's going on there? Let's undo that. So there, go a little undersize, and again, we'll go back and add dimensions once I convert it to inches. We'll exit that sketch, make another pad or boss, extruded boss base from this, and we'll make it is 0.47 but inches. So again, we'll add dimensions later. So there we have the female screw. I suppose I could edit that sketch. I don't know if I want to edit that sketch. Here's what we'll do. We will make a hole No, let's do this. Edit this sketch and make another circle. Yeah, that didn't work how I wanted, so we'll delete that. We'll add the hole later. Oops, I didn't want to undo that. Exit sketch. There. Let's save this. Let's open this. Part 4, fixed blade. Save this as screw, female, 1/4 inch. So now I should be able to just open that up by itself. Open up that screw. We'll have to isolate it. Looks like it's attached to those parts that I created the planes on. So now I should be able to change the document properties. Pick the units and make it inches. Now I can edit this sketch. Put a smart dimension on here. And make it a 1/4 inch. Bada bing, bada boom. Exit that sketch. The head's a 1/4 inch. So edit the body sketch. And add a smart dimension here. And let's see, what is 5/32? 0.15625. Pretty close. Let's exit that sketch. Let's add a dimension here. And that is 0.1. It might be bigger than I thought it was. And this should be 0.37 since it's 0.47. Might have to get smaller. Yeah, it's going to be way too long. Let's open that assembly back up. Let's save this. open up the assembly and see what we got. Rebuild this assembly. That is a little too long. Unless I can change. Yeah, I need to change this anyway because I don't want that big a gap. But I don't want those screws sticking out either. Sorry if I'm ignoring you all. Hey, Brown Sugar. And YouTube Music Portal. Good to see you. Hey, Amanda. How you doing? Gentleman of honor. Don't know if I said hi to you already or not. Apologize if I didn't. So let's go look at other fasteners. Let's look for the short one. I want stainless. I don't want 5/16. Quarter inch short. See what those dimensions are. The barrel post overall length is 0.355 with 0.1. We'll try this. So this would be 0.255. Make sure this is 0.1. And that's 0.1. Save this. Go back to the assembly. Models contained within the may have changed. Yes, let's rebuild the assembly. Much better. That's pretty close. I don't know if it'd be too obtrusive, but I'll modify this. So now that we have that in there, let's place another one. Insert component. Screw. We want another one. We want it to be there. Well, we'll mate this. Pick on the cylinder and it'll center it on this cylinder. Hit the check mark to complete that. And I'll pick this surface and mate it to this surface. So those should be positioned. Now let's go make the male screw. After we save this. Insert new part. Screw male 0.25. Should put the length in there also, but we can do that some other time. Anyway, let's create. Let's figure out what we're doing. Edit component, parts that are not needed or fixed in space. Position the component before doing so. Yeah, I don't know what that means. Let's build a sketch here. Why is it? It keeps defaulting to metric. Dang it. Exit sketch. Create a boss. Point 1. We don't want 0.1. What's 0.1? What's 1/10 of an inch in millimeters? 0.2 foot. 0.25? 4. 2.54. Finish that. What is the barrel is 5/32. Let's look it up. So I don't know if the barrel screw diamer is 5/32. That doesn't seem right. So that's another thing I'll have to look up later. But for now, we will build we'll just make it smaller for now. So now we have the male screw modeled up. Let's stop editing. Do a save all. Same path as the assembly. Oops. Yeah, I don't know. It's out there somewhere. So now we should be able to insert that component if I saved it somewhere logically. Yeah. With that. We'll mate that. We're selecting that, lining it up with that. And now I have it hidden, so let's move it. Cannot be moved. So get out of that, go back to mate. Mate this with this for now. Oh, actually I could mate it. Oops. Let's not do that. Let's get out of here. That's better. Let's make this surface first. That didn't work well. Let's undo that. Let's make this surface with this surface. Why is it doing that? Move component. I don't know what's going on. We're just going to end this for now. So there we have a complete one. Other than finalizing some, I need to convert that to inches. I changed the carbon fiber pattern on here. I wouldn't go with carbon fiber if I had this built, but it looks neat in the model. So let's go. Let's close this. Save all. Rebuild it. Yeah, there's some problems there. I'll have to rebuild that assembly. Let's open up the male screw. Don't open any referenced. Let's convert this to inches. Units, inch, pound, second. Now we can modify this. Okay, I calculated that one, so it's already 0.1. Oh, the diameter. Modify the sketch. .25. I'm not sure what. There's not enough information on this website. It just says the barrel diameter. It doesn't say. The head diameter is 1/4 inch. The barrel is 5/32, but it doesn't say what size the threaded portion is. I wonder what this Pilot 5 is. Let's see what. So that pilot is just for the shaft, not for the screw threads. They don't list the thread size, the actual, number 6 or whatever it is, number 4, or I can look it up. So I'll just have to look that stuff up later. But let's save this. Open up the assembly and see if everything comes in properly. Rebuild it. Don't open reference documents. Mates. Let's delete this coincidence. Getting a phone call, I might have to leave. That is my doctor's office. Huh. Now it looks like it's in the proper place. Well, that's good anyway. Rebuild and save the document. Make independent, that's what I want to do. And I'll just, okay. I'll have to look into how to save these. Yeah, it won't let me save them with the same name, so I might just build a new assembly with the parts. That way they're not tied to each other. I think. I don't know. So let's take a look at the scale and see if we can make this different size. Socket head cap screw for number 8. So let's try something else. Socket button head cap screw. Yeah, another thing I'll have to look into. For now, let's leave it. Number 6. It was number 8, wasn't it? Yeah, number 6 is a lot better fit. I don't remember if number 6 is 5/32 or if that's something else. Oh, this is 5/32, so I'm not sure what's closer to the 1/4 inch. Let's change them both to number 6, button head cap screw. And we'll see if it changed both sides. And it didn't. So when I created this, I did something wrong. It looks to be independent of this side, which I don't want. I want to be able to just modify one side and it changes both. Not sure how to repair that. Another thing I was thinking of is this jimping on the blade. Let me save all this stuff and open up just the blade. One of the South African makers has a farm knife, and they have little marks along the spine for centimeter distances. I wonder if that's something that would be cool to have on here. Just do jimping the whole way at a 1/4 inch. So every 4 would be 1 inch. If you wanted to measure something, you could just use the marks on your knife, which I think might be kind of neat. So let's see. Let's edit this pattern. It starts at 0.98, 12 of them at this distance. Let's do 12 of them at 0.25 and see what it looks like. This won't be very aggressive jimping, but I think the usability of the measuring marks is kind of neat. So let's go 30 and 40. Let's try 20. What do you think, people? 1/4 inch jimping the whole way down the spine? Think that'd be something that'd be useful? I kind of like it. We go to chat. Sorry for ignoring you all. McRanger, did I say hi to you? Hello. Oh, Janet Malina Bonner was answering my question about the 2.54 conversion. Am I not sharing the screen? I am sorry. This is a crappy video. So everyone probably left. What the heck? I don't know if anyone's still there. It's been about 45 minutes. I'm probably just going to end here, but if anyone is still there, here's what I was talking about while I wasn't sharing the screen. But changing, instead of just having regular jimping up here, I put the jimping marks at 1/4 inch spacing all the way down the spine. YouTube Music Portal still here. How long was I not sharing the screen? I didn't unshare it. I don't remember. How you doing, Brown No American? So what are your thoughts on this Instead of having just jimping up here for your thumb or finger, just doing a 1/4 inch spacing for, if you wanted to measure something, you could just, every 4 is 1 inch. I won't put any markings around it or anything, but I think I like it. Let me save this. You can always get rid of it later. Save without the motion mark studies. Let me check the units on this. Document properties. Make sure this is still inches. Yeah. Let's open the assembly. Rebuild it. Don't open. So unless I made these underside, you wouldn't fill it back here, but you still have the marks for measuring. Yeah, brand new American. That was my whole idea. I know everyone likes these to be close to even. And for a folding knife and for a lot of knives, that definitely looks better. But I wanted this to be more utilitarian, right? So you get a full grip on here. I have extra large hands, and this would fit my hand. But then you have a nice short blade, so that the closer it is to your hand, the more control you have over the tip. So if you were doing some precise cutting like utility knife, it's right there. And this is just fake to practice on SolidWorks, but I might eventually have one cut out, have a couple cut out, and see if someone will grind them up for me. And also these scales, I made the scales such that so this frame is skeletonized, so you wouldn't need it with scales. I could just cut a blade out. And I might change these just to make it more wrappable. But you could do a full wrap or do the crisscross wrap that loop from back and forth from either side. If you wanted to do a paracord wrap handle, I'll have to talk to someone that does paracord wrapping and see what kind of shapes might be best here. But I was thinking about maybe extending these cutouts to, follow the contour of the hole instead of just these big flats. But these big flats give you a lot of room to work with in case you want to move these around a little bit or whatever. But those are my thoughts. I'll probably go in while I'm not streaming and add the Torx cutouts on here just to make them look more accurate. Put round the edges off. I still need to find the correct holes for these. I might just have to do it manually instead of picking, the pre-set holes. I could just do my own. Yeah, I wanted that contour just to make it a little more comfortable. I might do it. I might change this a little bit and move the belly forward, make it a little smaller. I'll probably leave it this size, but I don't know. I might 3D print one of these and just see what it feels like. Just print it all as one so I don't have to mess around with assembling it. That I can definitely do, which would be kind of cool. Get it in hand and I can make changes. But I was also thinking about contouring it, make it having a little belly here and thinner here and here. which I definitely want different screws if I do that, but eventually we'll just keep going a little at a time. Yeah, I don't know either. I won't go back and look. I won't go back and watch my own video to find out. Anyway, so that's this week's progress, or today's progress. Probably do a little more before Monday, but Monday we can. I don't know if we'll keep working on this. I might just start a folding knife design, a fake folding knife design, just for the fun of it and to learn the animations and do the motions. And I'll probably start with a frame lock design. I like liner locks, but I don't know enough about them. Frame locks are more simple. At least they seem like they would be more simple to design. But I think I'll do an inside, the little cutout for the bend in the frame, the locking portion. I'll put inside instead of outside. And I have some ideas. I might actually do a like a button frame lock, a cross button frame lock. I don't know what it's called, but if I do the frame cutout, I was thinking about putting a stop bar on the inside and just making that stop bar go all the way over. Then I can connect a button to it over on this side. And, like they do the cross liner locks or the outside liner locks, whatever they're called, inside liner lock. But doing that with the frame lock. And I think people have done it. I'm not going to try to copy, but it seems like it'd be simple enough. There's a lot of frame locks that already have the like a built-in stop for the lock mechanism, and it wouldn't be hard to just make that, because if you have titanium, you want steel on steel for the locking mechanism. I think titanium would wear out faster. I could be wrong, but you want like metals. Wherever there's two metals joined, you want similar metals, or you'll get some corrosion between dissimilar metals. Anyway, I think I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you, everyone, for stopping in. And I hope everyone has a good rest of their day. Before I log out, let's take a look at Knife Tube schedule. See who's scheduled for streaming. Not that everyone follows the schedule, but Daily Gear Guide should be coming on at 6 p.m. Eastern. Love Them Knives Patreon. Ken at 7. And Bees Blades at 7. Oh, Knives Fest is live now, according to Marco. Post a link if you wouldn't mind, Marco. Oh, JD went earlier. Yeah, not everyone follows this, and I don't know if BEDC is on the schedule for every day, but I don't know that he streams every day. If he does, I miss him. So it'd be nice if some of the creators would go in and clean this up. And there's a lot of people that aren't on here, so anyone that's not on here and wants on here, Scott N. He is I forget his name on Instagram. My Knife Journey on Instagram is Scott N. And he's the one that maintains this. And if you send him a DM, He'll update it right away to put you on the schedule. And try to pick, even if you pick the same time that someone else does, try to pick a day and a time and stick to it. It's better for everyone for scheduling their own shows. I know a lot of us don't want to step on other toes, but there are a lot of people, so it's hard not to. And especially if people don't maintain this, you don't know. You might be, you know, stepping on someone's toes, or they might not even be following the schedule any longer. Anyway, let me get off that podium. Thanks for the link, posting the link, Marco, for KC's Knives Fast Show. Everyone go on over there and have a good evening. Talk to you all later. Bye.